Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Yeah, Umi asked me to talk a bit about my experience regarding being a revert, a Muslim, and especially in regard to raising kids in a in a non-Muslim environment. But before that, a little bit of the background. I got married to a Malaysian lady, like quite a while ago, 18 years or so. We have a son together, and as it turns out, I mean, we had to split, we had to divorce. So, but anyway, we had this beautiful kid, Bahri, our son, and living here in Malaysia, it was after the divorce. It was a bit tricky in a way that the mother of my son, she was calling the shots in a way, and she decided that her son is not getting a Malaysian education. So in a way, I don't want to say forced, but in a way, I decided to go to Europe for get the kid a European education, schooling wise. Now I'm back for 2 years here in Malaysia. So I left with the kid about 8 years ago. So my son had about 6 years of secular schooling in Germany. In hindsight, I have to say that it was not the best decision to go back, because how to say, I don't want to talk bad about the system there. I mean, it is there, it is in place. I don't like it myself. I mean, I went back because that was the only way for myself to be father to my son after the divorce of my Malaysian wife. So this was the only agreement we could find, that the boy gets schooled in Germany. I can be father to the kid. So I was single parenting him for 6 years. Came back 2 years again. 2 years ago we came back. I decided to come back. It was during this COVID, I call it the COVID nonsense. So, and one of the big reasons to come back to Malaysia was that I had the impression, I had the feeling that I'm losing my kid to this so-called secular world. As where we lived, there was no Muslim community. I mean, we lived in the eastern part of Germany, and there were not many Muslims, and the few Muslims I met. And then after 6 years being in Germany, I had to pull the plug, because I mean, I had a strong feeling that I'm losing my son to this secular world, to this, he became addicted to this internet, to the gadgets, to the phone, to gamings. And though we did our prayers every day, he's used to pray with me his whole life. I figured he became quite reluctant to join into the prayers, and I mean, single parenting anyway, it is not the best thing to do, and I felt the need for a more Muslim-like community. So I called the family, talked to them about the problems, and his grandfather told me in one sentence, come back home. Alhamdulillah, now I'm back home for more than 2 years, and I'm happy to make the move. Though the kid is still rebellious, he still refuses to do it. So I mean, this secular world is really pulling strings on my kid.
So do you think basically by going to Europe, basically in some way you really lost your kid?
It's my feeling now. It was the feeling already when I left Germany that I'm losing the kid, and now I have to say I lost the kid. This is my feeling.
6 years in Europe,
In a way, it's my impression is, yeah, most probably, if you maybe, I mean, this is just speculations. I don't want to speculate. You know, maybe the past is the past. We can't change it. I mean, I still try to encourage him. I mean, he is now back with the family, with people who are practicing Islam, and inshallah, maybe one day he might reconsider his
Islam.
options and
So what
find
is your
his way
message
back.
to Muslims who live in the West? If you were going to say like
Oh
in
my!
two or three sentences.
The message I have to say really: get out of it. Get out of it. Go to a Muslim country. Try to live a more Islamic way of life, because the Western way of life, the so-called democratic way of life, whatever they call it, is misleading.